You hear about gut health all the time, right? But what if the real secret to aging well, to feeling younger for longer, is actually hiding in your stomach? Today, we're diving into a really fascinating question. Can you actually hack your gut to turn back your biological clock? We're going to do that by following the story of one journalist who put it all to the test. So let me ask you this. Just imagine for a second, what if you took a test and found out that inside your gut is biologically older than you are? I mean, that's a pretty wild thought, right? Well, that is exactly what happened to the person at the center of our story. Okay, so let's meet Hugh Pym. He's the BBC's health editor, he's in his 60s, and he's a new grandfather. He decided to look into this emerging science linking our gut to how we age by, well, becoming the experiment himself. He took a pretty personal and, I'm sure, nerve-wracking test. So what exactly were they even testing? They're looking at his gut microbiome. And that's basically this incredible ecosystem of trillions of tiny microbes, bacteria, viruses, you name it, that live inside your stomach. And what we're learning is that this little world is tied into, well, pretty much everything, from your mood to your risk for certain diseases. And the results came back. And wow, they were shocking. After analyzing his sample, the verdict was in. Hugh's gut was biologically 5 years older than his actual age. 5 years! And his reaction was something I think a lot of us can understand. He said he felt this immediate pang of guilt. His mind just raced back through years of grabbing ready-made meals, dealing with a stressful job, and just the grind of city living. It's that feeling of wondering, oh man, have my lifestyle choices finally caught up with me? Hugh's result gets you thinking, right? If a so-called bad gut can make you older, what about the opposite? Could a good gut help you live longer? Well, to figure that out, scientists are studying the real superheroes of longevity, centenarians, people who live to be over 100. And what they're finding is this really clear pattern. Look at Maria Morera, who lived to be an incredible 117 years old. Part of her secret, she ate 3 servings of yogurt a day, which is packed with probiotics, those live good-for-you bacteria. Then you have a study of Chinese centenarians that found something really similar. Their guts had an incredibly diverse range of bacteria. It all points to the same thing. High gut diversity, just having lots of different kinds of microbes, seems to be a key to a long, healthy life. So what does gut diversity even mean in practice? Well, there's this fantastic analogy from Dr. Mary Neil Lachlan at King's College London. She says to think of your gut microbiome like a garden. You don't want just one type of plant, right? You want it to be as diverse as possible with all sorts of different flowers and plants because each one is doing a different important job. Let's really run with that garden idea for a second. A healthy, diverse gut is like a vibrant, colorful, resilient garden. It's full of good bacteria that help you out. But an unhealthy gut, that's more like a barren patch of land with just a few weeds. Now, the challenge is that we all naturally start to lose some of this diversity as we get older. The people who live the longest seem to be the ones who are really good at keeping their internal gardens flourishing. So let's get back to Hugh. Armed with this knowledge and his not-so-great results, he was giving a personalized plan, a mission, really, to try and replant his gut garden and hopefully turn back the clock on his biological age. So what does a gut-hacking meal plan actually look like? Well, a dietitian laid this out for Hugh. You can see it's packed with fiber from things like seeds and veggies. That's basically fuel, or prebiotics, for all the good bacteria. Then you've got probiotics from the kefir, which adds more good microbes directly into the system. And of course, healthy fats from salmon to help reduce inflammation. The big idea here? Variety and whole foods. And it wasn't just about what he was eating for his main meals. He was also advised to drink other fermented things like kombucha. And this was a big one. He had to cut out refined white sugars and ultra-processed foods, because those can feed the bad bacteria. A couple of supplements were on the list too. But here's the kicker. He had to be rigorous. A day on, a day off just wasn't going to cut it.
Okay, but let's be skeptical for a minute, because this is exactly what scientists are doing too. Does a diet like this actually cause better aging? Or is it just that healthy people tend to eat this way anyway? It brings us to that classic chicken or the egg problem that researchers have been wrestling with.
So here's the big question. Does a diverse gut make you healthy, or does being healthy give you a diverse gut? Which one is the cause and which one is the effect? It's a huge puzzle. Well, a fascinating and, yeah, kind of strange mouse study might just have the answer. Scientists took gut microbes from old mice and transplanted them into young, healthy mice, and the results were just startling. The young mice with the old gut microbes started showing signs of aging. Their memory got worse, and they even showed signs of depression. Their bodies effectively got older. This really suggests the gut microbiome isn't just along for the ride. It could be in the driver's seat. So, we've seen the shocking result, the science behind it, and a potential plan. But let's zoom out. What's the big picture here? How much of our own aging story is really in our control? According to one geneticist, your diet determines about a third of your aging outcome. Now think about that. That is a huge piece of the pie that you can directly influence. But it also tells us, hey, it's not everything. The other 2/3 are down to your genetics and other lifestyle factors, like exercise. So, what's the big takeaway from Hugh's whole journey? He called it a wake-up call. It's not a magic bullet, and he'll be the first to tell you that sticking to a plan like this is a real challenge. But the evidence is getting stronger and stronger. Focusing on your gut health is one of the most powerful and promising things you can do for your future self. And that really leaves us with one final thought. Your gut might be trying to send you some pretty important messages about your health right now. The real question is, are you listening?